It's 2026. So, man, it's been a while since I made a video. I mean, I've been working on videos for the last 3 months, but whenever I think about posting them, something either comes up or I want to really perfect the video before I post it. I'm a big perfectionist. If it doesn't look right, if it doesn't sound right, if there's just something wrong with it, I can't post it, and I have to spend hours more working on it. But that's something I really want to work on in 2026. I don't want to put out bad videos, half-baked things, but I need to focus less on making something perfect and just try and make something good. Perfect and good, they don't necessarily have to be opposites of each other. And sometimes perfect can be the enemy of the good, So that's just one of the many things I want to work on doing better in 2026, and that's actually why I wanted to make this video. 2025 was a very interesting year. I mean, we started off the year doing some Gymshark spec work with the DZO-Rls. We made a ton of stuff in the snow during January and February of that year. Then I went down to Florida to Clearwater and just shot some cool stuff down there. I never ended up posting a video about that, even though I wanted to. And that's something you're probably gonna see this year. I actually want to take that footage and use it in a video because there's a really important topic that I want to address. I'm gonna hold off on talking about that until later. But so keep that in your brain. And then after that, I think that was in March. At the end of March, early April, did a massive music video with my friend Caleb Smith, Preston Patra, for Caleb Conley, and we drove race cars down a massive track that we found in the middle of North Carolina. And there were times when I was strapped to the back of a truck bed with a FX3 and an RS3 Pro, and just getting shots on that. That was crazy. Yeah, and then throughout the summer, did some awesome work. Through the fall, went to Alaska, made a whole short film, Umbrella Man. That was crazy. That was really cool. I need to post more stuff about that. And then the winter time, went up to the Adirondacks. I guess that falls more into fall rather than winter, but whatever. It was cold. Went with Rocco and my friend Will. That was really fun. And then finished out the year in a snowstorm right before Christmas. And then Christmas happened, and now we're here at the beginning of January, and I will be posting this in January. I won't be doing a whole lot of hyper editing to this because that's a trap I get into. I want to make it perfect. I want to make it really engaging, and so I hyper fixate on the editing process, making sure it's colored right, making sure that the cuts are exactly where they need to be, making sure they're on beat, instead of just being real with you guys, And I think that's something just generally on YouTube people want to see more in the filmmaker space. I've noticed. I remember something Matty Kapoya said. I was watching his videos, and he said authenticity is really what's gonna either defeat AI, or it's gonna be the lack of it is gonna be what allows AI to take over. You've got people out here making these perfect, pristine images, perfect lighting, just absolutely beautiful. And there's a time and place for that, but maybe it's not every video. Maybe every video doesn't need to be perfect and pristine. Maybe actually it just needs to be you talking to the people watching you, because the people watching you, they want to hear from you more so than just to see whatever product it is you're reviewing at that time. And so that's kind of what I've got here. I mean, I guess this is more cinematic than I usually roll when I'm just, tip-tapping away at my computer right here. I mean, I got a quasar there and a quasar behind there. I magnetize them to my computer monitors. Just, adds a little bit more moodiness, especially when I'm editing late at night. It's better than just these gray walls. But yeah, what you see is what you get. You see all my tangled cords over here. My blank all walls. I need to do something about that. I've been thinking about throwing some of my favorite shots by me or by other people onto these walls, just printing them out and just putting them in frames. I think that would be cool. I don't know. There's a lot of change going on in my life right now. I'm finishing up college. When I started this channel, I think I was either in sophomore year or, yeah, it was sophomore year of college.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan.
And so you've seen this setup change a lot, from dorms to apartments to, a bunch of different places. And yeah, it's just a season of change, and I think it's good change, taking it back to what I was saying a couple minutes ago. It's just, we need to change to be more, real, to be more authentic, doesn't need to be perfect. And I think that's what I'm gonna try and do. I wanna do more, I guess they're called think pieces. I don't know. I don't do a lot of deep thinking or whatever, but just kind of my thoughts on where the industry is at, my place in it, kind of what I'm going to be doing, because I started this channel partially not just to review gear and to talk about, projects that I want to work on, but also just like how I do things, what helps me find work, how I handle finances as a videographer, because that's a big part of it, can you make money? And just, I don't know, maybe I'll do some more vlogs, because I don't think I have it here, but I got the new DJI Osmo 6, great little action camera. I'm sure I'll be doing some video on that later, or maybe I'll even be putting some of the clips in here as we speak. But, want to do more gear reviews. That's cool. Everybody loves gear. Who doesn't? I mean, I always say that camera stuff is just like Legos for adults. But I also just want to do more of this, where it's just you and me talking. And you don't talk back. It's kind of awkward sometimes. But, that's just kind of part of the process. So I guess get ready to hear a lot more of me yapping. And also get ready to see a lot more of me traveling, because like last year, as I was saying, we went to Alaska, went to the Adirondacks, went to Florida, which I know these places aren't like Grenada or Ghana or Hawaii or whatever. But I do think it's really important for videographers to travel, not so much to flaunt, oh, I went here or I went there, but just because you want to see different places. Because different places expose you to how different things look, and exposes you to things, to looks that you never would have thought of just by being in a different area. If you just stay in the same area for your, entire career, you're gonna shoot everything the same way and you're never gonna grow. But anyways, I'll save that for another video. I really do want to get more into that on why videographers should travel, even if it's just like a couple hours down the road. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but I really do want to talk about more stuff like that, about what I found that helps me as a videographer and just a cinematographer, a creative, whatever you want to call it. None of us are Roger Deakins. I don't know if we could really hold ourselves at that level, but I guess it's all about getting to that level. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I think most of you are here. And I don't know, does any of this make sense? I don't know, I'm just talking, I'm just yapping. But yeah, expect more stuff like that from this channel. And hopefully I'll get this video out pretty quickly, relatively quickly. And you guys can let me know down in the comment section down below. But anyways, I think that's it for me today. Snowstorm's coming, so that's gonna be fun. Don't know if we'll have power. Yeah, that'll be fun, but I guess that's my problem. You guys might see some video from that, who knows, but anywho, I need to get back to fortifying the house from the impending snowpocalypse, so I'll see you around. Peace.